Hi everyone, this is Mr. Weber at Harrison High School with a quick tutorial video to give everyone a snapshot of what Harrison High School will look like this school year when we reopen in September. So Harrison High School has adopted what's called a hybrid instructional model this year. And a hybrid instructional model means that every student will be attending school for in-person instruction about 50% of the time and then receiving online instruction approximately 50% of the time. And we've achieved this by breaking the student body up into two groups, Group A and Group B. And when a child attends school will be based on which group he or she is in. So this is a visual of the first 2 full weeks of school to aid in understanding this whole process. So here's how it works. So Group A will attend for in-person instruction at Harrison High School on Mondays and Thursdays. And then Group B will attend for in-person instruction at Harrison High School on Tuesdays and Fridays. And this is the same from week to week, as you can see. The only difference is Wednesdays, and what we'll do on Wednesday is that Group A will go to school one Wednesday, and then on the following Wednesday, Group B will go to school. The daily schedule, though it will be different than what we're accustomed to, will be familiar because we will be running an early dismissal schedule every day, and that means that students will be dismissed from school at 1:15 each day. We're doing that because we've been able to eliminate the lunch period from the day, and instead we'll be running all 7 classes in a row. There'll be 33 minutes each with a 5-minute passing time, and then students will receive a grab-and-go lunch to eat at home when they are dismissed at 1:15. Classrooms are going to be a little bit different this year. So because we're using hybrid instruction, we will be able to have a 50% or less capacity in each classroom at any given time. That will help immensely because it will allow us to implement our very strict social distancing practices. And what that will mean is that at any given time, all students will be 6 feet apart and all students will be 6 feet away from the instructor at any given time. The classrooms will have the student seating obviously moved around and modified to achieve this, and all students, for instance, will be facing the same direction, which is something that we're not necessarily accustomed to, but it will allow us to have 6 feet between each student. Sanitation will be followed strictly by our staff, faculty, and custodial team. We will have proper sanitation throughout the school day of classrooms, common areas, high-touch areas, bathrooms, and in fact, students will be trained on the first week of school on proper sanitation practices so that they can help us in this sanitation and thereby protect themselves and their peers. Students are asking me a lot, so what do I do on my days that I'm not physically at Harrison High School? And my answer is simple. This year, whether you are physically at Harrison High School for in-person instruction or you are at home receiving the instruction online will make absolutely no difference because all students will attend school 5 days a week and you will follow the same schedule every single day, whether you're in Harrison High School or at home. And we're doing that by way of our broadcasting of lessons. So all teachers will be broadcasting classroom lessons to the students who are at home via Google Classroom, and students will be expected to be online at home on days that they're not in the high school from 8:20 until 1:15, which is the regular school day. So whether you're in school or at home, your school day will still run from 8:20 till 1:15. Students will interact with one another, and students will interact with teachers via our interactive online environment. We will still use Google Classroom, but it will be a much more robust environment than it has been in the past, and everyone will be able to interact with one another, whether you're at home or in school, it won't matter. Students will be completing work this year almost all the time electronically. So whether you're in school or at home, you'll still be expected to complete work and submit the work on time to your teacher. A couple additional details. Goes without saying, masks will be mandatory at all times. We are going to have students clean out their lockers on the first week of school because we will not be using lockers this year until further notice, so students will carry their belongings with them from class to class. Students will, as I said earlier, change classes as we always have done. For physical education, because locker rooms will be off limits, students will be participating in phys ed in their regular uniform clothes rather than changing into gym clothes. Lunch will still be provided to students every single day, but it will be provided as a grab and go lunch. So students will get lunch as they leave the building at 1:15, and they will eat lunch at home. Breakfast will be provided before the school day starts, and students will be asked to eat the breakfast in the cafeteria. Sports and extracurricular activities are so essential to an enriching high school education, so we're going to keep the sports and extracurricular activities running with modifications. I realized this was a quick video. My intention was to give you as much information as possible in a short amount of time, and I hope that this information will help parents in making a decision about whether or not to send their child back to school in September for in-person instruction. The district sent out a form last week to ask parents to select a learning model, either full virtual instruction or hybrid in-person instruction. And this form is due by all parents. All parents must submit this form to the district by Monday, August 10th. It's essential that you do so. Please, please, please don't forget. The form can be found on our Harrison High School homepage, harrisonhs.org. And I realize, as I said, that this was a lot of information in a very short format. So if you have any questions, I'm sure you have some, please reach out to me in the main office or send me a quick email. I'm here to help. I'm here to answer your questions. So please don't be shy. Ask. That's it for now. Please don't forget to fill out the form and have a great night.